Hello everyone. We were discussing the first chapter, chemical reactions and equations. In this chapter we have already discussed about the chemical reactions, the changes takes place during a chemical reaction, and the chemical equation, its definition also. So we were doing chemical equations. As we have already studied about the chemical equations, the chemical equations is the representation of a chemical reaction with the help of the symbols and the formulas of the substances that are taking part in the chemical reactions and formed during the chemical reactions. So that representation is known as chemical equation that we have already discussed in its previous lecture. Now we were discussing about the chemical equations of two types, balanced and unbalanced. We were discussing the reaction, for example, magnesium plus oxygen react to form magnesium oxide. This is the word form of the chemical reaction. In form of the chemical equation, if we write the formula or symbols of the magnesium, symbol is Mg, plus oxygen O2, written in molecular form, arrow, formula of magnesium oxide is MgO. This is the reaction in the form of chemical equation. So when we represent this reaction in the form of the formula or symbol, so we obtain the chemical equation. Such type of the equation obtained, that is known as skeleton equation. So that is known as skeleton equation. When we write the word form of the chemical reaction in the form of the symbols or formula, that is known as skeleton equation. So this is the skeleton equation in the form of the formulas or symbols of the substances, reactant or products. We can here check this is balanced or unbalanced. Number of magnesium atoms are here. There is none in before or after the magnesium, so there is one atom of magnesium. If there is no anything written before or after the symbol of the element or the molecule, so it means there are only the single of that element present. In case of this one, oxygen, there is nothing in front of it, but after there is two, it means two oxygen atoms are there. In the product side, there is nothing before or after the magnesium, one magnesium atom in product side, and same, there is nothing before the oxygen and after the oxygen. It means oxygen is here having the single atom in product side. We may compare the number of atoms present in the reactant side and the product side. Magnesium 1 in reactant, 1 in product. It means same number of the magnesium in the reactant and in products. Oxygen 2 here in case of reactant, but there is 1 in case of the product. It means number of oxygen atoms in the reactants are not same in the product. It means this reaction is unbalanced. It has been already discussed in previous lecture that how can we say the reaction is balanced or unbalanced. So this is the unbalanced chemical equation. We take another example. For example, when zinc Zn when zinc react with H2SO4, it form ZnSO4 plus H2. Zn is the symbol of zinc, H2SO4 is sulfuric acid, and ZnSO4 is zinc sulfate, and this H2 is the hydrogen. H2 is the hydrogen. So this is the chemical equation. Now we can check the number of atoms present in the reactant side and in the product side for the different elements that are taking part or found during the chemical equation or the reaction. For example, taking zinc and the sulfuric acid reacted from the zinc sulfate and hydrogen. In reactant side, zinc, there is nothing before or after the zinc, it means there is a one atom of the zinc in reactant. Hydrogen, here the written the two before the after the hydrogen, it means two hydrogens are there. Sulfur, no, anything before or after the sulfur, it means one sulfur, and here 4 written out after the oxygen, it means 4 atoms of oxygen are there. In case of the product side, same, zinc is 1, sulfur same 1, oxygen 4 is here, and hydrogen 2 are there. Now compare the number of atoms present in the reactant and in the product. Zinc in reactant 1 and in product also same. Hydrogen 2 in reactant and 2 in products. Sulfur 1 in reactant and 1 in product. Oxygen 4 in reactant and 4 in product. So all the numbers of the atoms present in the reactant for the different elements are same as in the products. So it means this reaction is balanced chemical equation of reaction. So this is the balanced chemical equation. Same for this one, we can take another examples and we may check whether the reactions are balanced or unbalanced. If we found the chemical equations which are not balanced or unbalanced, how can we balance them? So now after that there is the balancing chemical equations. Balancing chemical equations. So as we discussed earlier, on balancing the chemical equations, generally we use the hit and trial method. Try again and again to balance the chemical equation. So hit and trial method, that is included in your syllabus. So we first take example of the chemical reaction. Iron react with water from the ferric oxide plus hydrogen. So we first write its skeleton equation. Symbol of iron is Fe plus symbol of water is H2O and ferric oxide formula is Fe3O4 and the formula of the hydrogen, that is the hydrogen gas, is H2. So this is the skeleton equation we write. Now how can we balance this reaction? Before checking whether it is balanced or unbalanced, we will follow the stepwise formulas or stepwise method for balancing the chemical equation. So we getting the first step. In the first step of the balancing chemical equations by using hit and trial method, then the first step we draw the boxes around each formula. Is the reaction Fe plus H2O, Fe3O4 plus H2. So we draw the boxes over the each formulas of the molecules or the elements present in the chemical equation. So that is why we draw the boxes around each formula of the each molecule present in reactant and in product side, as there may be no changes takes place or there will be no disturbance of the formula of the substance or the molecule takes place whether we balance the chemical equation. So firstly draw the boxes. This is the including the first step. In second step including the, now list the number of atoms of elements present in the reactants and the product separately. List the number of atoms element, number of atoms in reactants and number of atoms in products. So we draw a table including these three partitions: element, here we write the symbol of the element, and here we write the number of atoms present in a reactant for this element, and same number of atoms present in the products for this element. So we are taking the first element, that is Fe. Number of atoms in the reactant, there is nothing written before or after the iron. It means there is one atom of iron present in the reactant. Now come to the product. Fe3 here, it means there is nothing before, but after the Fe there is the 3. It means there are 3 number of atoms are present in the products for the iron. Next is H, hydrogen. Hydrogen is here 2. After the hydrogen, it means in reactant 2 hydrogens are there. In product, this is the hydrogen. It also having the 2 hydrogens in the products. Next is the oxygen. Oxygen, nothing before or after the oxygen. It means there is one atom of the oxygen present in reactant, but in case of the product there is written the 4 after the oxygen. It means there are 4 atoms of oxygen are present in the products. So second step including the making the list of the atoms of the elements present in the reactant and in the products. So that is the case. Now in the third step, in third step, see, we take firstly the element having the largest number of atoms and try to balance that. And in case of this table, 1, 2, 1 here for the oxygen, 1 hydrogen, 2 Fe1, but here Fe3, 2 hydrogens and 4 oxygens. So here we found that the oxygen is the atom or the element having the largest number of the atoms present in the product side. So in the third step, we take the element, try to balance having the largest number of the atoms present in the reactants or in products. First, then we write this equation: Fe plus H2O, Fe3O4 plus H2. Same. Draw the boxes. As we discussed, we take the oxygen. In the reactants, there is a single oxygen, but in the product there are the 4 oxygens. If we write 4 before the formula containing the oxygen, it means there are the 4 oxygen. So we write the 4 before the H2O. We do not write anything inside the box and after the box. We always write the before the boxes to balance the number of atoms present in the reactant or products of the elements. So we write 4 here. So this becomes 4 oxygen in the reactant, as there are 4 oxygen atoms present in the products. The oxygen balance. In the fourth step, Fe, OH2O, Fe3O4, H2. After balancing the oxygen, we take the another element less in number than the oxygen, less in number of atoms than the oxygen, and that is iron, Fe. There are the 3 number of atoms of the iron present in the products. Now balance the iron. Here see the iron, one only single atom of the iron or Fe present in the reactant, but here are the 3 number of atoms of the Fe or iron present in the product side. So we write 3 before the Fe before the box in case of reactant. So this will be here the 3 Fe and 3 Fe here in the product side. So this become balanced, Fe balanced. Now in the fifth step, now check the remaining elements in the reaction or the equation in the reactant or product side, whether they are the number of the atoms same in the reactants or in products. Now Fe become balanced, oxygen also become balanced. Now remaining is the hydrogen. It was having the 2 and 2 same number of atoms in the reactant and product before during the changes of number of atoms of iron and oxygen. Now we can check the number of hydrogens present in this reaction. We write the reaction in the boxes: 3 Fe, H2O, Fe3O4 plus H2. Now check the number of hydrogens present in the reactant side. Here the 2 inside the formula. There are the 2 hydrogen, but there are the 4 written outside the before the boxes. So it means if any number written before the formula of any molecule and there will be anything written after the element, so this will multiplied with this, will give the number of atoms present in the formula. So 4 is here before H2O and 2 is after the H. It means 2 multiplied by 4 become 8. It means there are 8 hydrogens present in the reactant. Now check in product. There is nothing before the H2, but here is the 2 after the H. It means there are only 2 hydrogen in the product. Now it can be balanced by writing 4 before the H2 present in the product side. Now it will also become, as we discussed, 4 multiplied by 2 become 8. So here 8 hydrogen atoms are present in the product side and 8 hydrogens are present in the reactant side. So this is the step 5th. Now 6th step. In case of the 6th step, now check whether all the atoms of elements present in the reactant side are balanced with that of the number of atoms of the elements present in the product side. So now we can check here. In step 6 we also write this same equation in step 6. So due to this problem we can calculate the number of or count the number of atoms in this reaction or equation also. 3Fe, yes. 4 multiplied by 2, 8 hydrogens, yes. Here oxygen, 4 oxygens, 4 multiplied by this one. How can we? So 4 written before the box, there is nothing out after the oxygen. It means there is the 1 multiplied by 4, it becomes 4. So 4 oxygen atom. In product side, Fe 3, oxygen O 4 and hydrogen H. Fe, now check, Fe3 in reactant side, Fe3 in product side. Hydrogen 8 in reactant side, hydrogen 8 in product side. Oxygen 4 in reactant side and 4 in product side. It means this reaction is balanced now. So reaction become balanced, including the 6th step. So here, by using this hit and trial method, we can balance the chemical equations. Chemical equation are balanced by using this hit and trial method. We discuss further. Including the first step, write the boxes in reactant and product side of each formula or each molecular formula of the substance. In second step, list the number of atoms. Write the element, taking the table, number of atoms present in reactants, these elements, and the number of atoms present in the products of the elements are written in this box. In third step, same reaction is written and taking the element having the largest number of atoms. So here is the 4 for the oxygen. The oxygen is taking, and by here the 4 oxygen, but there will be on the cycle. So by writing the 4 here, to be balance the oxygen. Then we take another atom, that is the Fe, having the 3 number of atoms. So by writing 3 here, we balance the Fe. After balancing the Fe, then we check the hydrogen. So number of hydrogen had that disturbed during the balancing the Fe and O. So now Fe that's oxygen balancing disturbed the number of atoms of the hydrogen, that become 8 in the reactants, and there will be the only 2 in the product side. So by writing 4 here, we balance the hydrogen. In the sixth step, we further count the number of atoms present in the reactants and products for the different element. If they are remaining the same in the reactant and the product, it means the equation is balanced. So this is the balanced chemical equation. There is the only one step remaining. Now we write this reaction as 3Fe plus 4H2O, Fe3O4 plus 4H2. So that is the balanced chemical equation. By writing their states or the solutions form after the formula of the element or the molecule. In the bracket, if we get the iron in the solid form, so we write a small s after the Fe, and here H2O in the gas form, here gases, vapors, and react with Fe, so we write the G here. So Fe3O4 form, that is the solid, so we write small s for the solid in the bracket after the Fe3O4. Then the hydrogen in the form of the gases here, so we write small g after the H2. So this is our balanced chemical equation of the iron with that of the water forming the ferric oxide and hydrogen gas. So you may take the another examples, and following these steps you can also balance the unbalanced chemical equations. Thank you.